Hello everyone, I'm Harry, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to do another How to Sound Like video. This time we're going to try and get the tones on Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High by the Arctic Monkeys. So before we get started, if you like this Sound Like video at any point, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification for me as well. It really does help me out a lot, and that way you won't miss out on any of my future uploads. There's going to be affiliate links down in the description to every piece of gear I used in this video and to record my videos. These do help support the channel out further, so I'd really appreciate if you go and check them out. So the reason why I decided to do this was because Fender recently sent me this American Professional 2 Jazzmaster, and considering Alex Turner used the Jazzmaster a lot from Humbug forward, I thought this would be a really cool one to do. It's pretty simple in terms of effects, but there are some key ingredients that really get as close to the original song. So I should say I couldn't find a full multi-track for this, so I had to program the drums and record the bass in, so it's not going to sound really close to the original song, but I'm going to try my best to get it close enough, or the guitar tones close enough, so you can try and replicate this sound at home. So let's have a look at Alex's parts first. So of course the key ingredient is a good Jazzmaster guitar. This American Professional 2 by Fender is definitely one of the best Jazzmasters I've played, mainly because it's so flexible, but it has a bunch of modern appointments that make it a lot more usable and versatile as well. If you want to see my full demo of the American Professional 2 Jazzmaster, there'll be a link up in the cards, in the description, and pinned in the comments. The amp I'm using today is my Hamstead Artist 60 Plus RT, which is a great clean pedal platform amp, probably one of my favourites. That's running through the Tone King Ironman 2 Attenuator just to knock off a few dB, and then running into Celestion G12M 65 greenback speaker that's been recorded by a Lewitt MTP440 dynamic microphone, which is like an SM57 with a tiny bit more bass. So of course for Alex's parts we have the main riff, which is kind of doubling the bass parts throughout the song, and then we have some chords that he plays with the tremolo bar as well. So a few little ingredients that I used for this. I used the Dane by Thorpy FX just to give us a slight boost into the amp and a general enhancer for the clean tone. Then I was running into the jam pedals delay Llama Xtreme to give us like a nice fast slapback tone that we hear on the original recording. And then finally, to get a real spring reverb tone, I was actually using the Element by Anasounds, which is basically a pedal that is plugged into a real spring tank and then controlling that to give us a real analog spring reverb sound. So if I show you what the Jazzmaster on the bridge pickup sounds like going straight into the amp, then I'll kick on the Dane so you can hear the little boost and enhancement thing at settings like this. And then I'll kick on the reverb from the Anasounds element. The Anasounds elements had setting like this, and then the delay Llama for the slapback. The jam pedals delay Llama Xtreme had settings like this for the slapback. So the Jazzmaster straight in sounds like this. So there you go, you can hear what each pedal is doing throughout that riff. And now the main guitar part that Alex plays is that riff and then the chords throughout as well. And I had exactly the same settings on all the pedals throughout that whole part. So if I pull that track isolated from the intro song, bearing in mind we have the Dane just to give us a little boost and enhancement, the jam pedals delay Llama Xtreme for a bit of slapback, and then the Anasounds elements for the spring reverb tone. Okay, so the one other part that's used in the Jazzmaster in this song is the little solo that comes in near the end. So for that, I was actually using the Thorpy FX Dane again, and I had the drive side engaged with settings like this, and the boost side engaged running into that as well. So other than that, I turned the delay Llama slapback setting off, and then we were just using the spring reverb from the Anasounds element. The Anasounds elements had setting like this, so pretty self-explanatory, so I'll just pull out from the intro song that little solo part. Bearing in mind we have the Dane with the overdrive settings like this, then the boost in the Dane running into that overdrive, and then going into the Anasounds elements for a bit of spring reverb. So that was all of Alex's parts. Now we'll look at Jamie's parts. So we have the main little staccato riff that comes in through the verses where it's like... That's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll look at the effects on that. Then there's the other little kind of ambient sound and lead lines that come in like the... and the other parts that he plays, but we'll look at the little verse riffs first. So again, I was using the boost side of the Dane from Thorpy FX just to enhance the tone a little bit, and then that was running straight into the Anasounds elements to give us a bit of spring reverb. I wasn't using any slapback on this part, but we were on the other lead lines. The guitar I'm using is this 1959 Reissue ES335 with Montys low output PF humbucking pickups. So if I quickly show you what the 335 sounds like going straight into the amp, then I'll kick on the Thorpy FX so you can hear the little enhancement thing that's going on, and then I'll kick on the spring reverb so you can hear that as well. So there you go, you can hear what the Dane's doing to the bass tone, as well as the spring reverb, adding that classic spring reverb sound that we hear on the original recording. So I'll pull out that track isolated from the intro song, just bearing in mind we have the Thorpy FX to give us that little enhancement type tone, and then the spring reverb coming from the Anasounds elements. Okay, so the last other part is the little lead lines that we hear Jamie play as well, where it's a little bit more overdriven. So for that, I was using the drive side of the Thorpy FX Dane with settings like this, and then I was running into the jam pedals delay Llama for the slapback, again the same settings as we used for the Jazzmaster, and then running into the Anasounds element with a bit higher mix on the reverb, just so it sounds in a little bit more ambient like the original track. So if I show you what the 335 sounds like going straight into the overdrive section, then I'll kick on the slapback, and then I'll kick on the reverb as well. So there you go, you can see what each pedal's doing. So now if I pull that track isolated from the intro song, so you can hear and see exactly what's going on. Again, we had settings on the Thorpy FX Dane like this. We had the slapback coming from the jam pedals delay Llama, and then we had the high mix on the Anasounds spring reverb to give us that more ambient sound. there we have it. That was a look at how to sound like Why'd You Only Call Me When You're High by the Arctic Monkeys. Definitely one of my favourite Arctic Monkeys songs, and it's pretty simple with tones, but their use of slapback and the spring reverb is really cool. Of course, having Alex's main riff parts that are slapback with the bass throughout the main riffs, throughout most of the song. Then, of course, his little solo with a bit more drive. And, of course, having a good Jazzmaster really nails that tone. And I've been really impressed by this American Professional 2 Jazzmaster. It's kind of one of the most versatile Jazzmasters you can get, in my opinion. Like, the rhythm switch doesn't do the really muffled jazz thing. It actually puts both of the pickups in series. You can actually toggle the time pot to get a different sounding bridge pickup between more like a modern, slightly hotter version or a vintage voicing. It's a really killer option. I think everyone should check them out. Again, if you want to see my full demo of the American Professional 2 Jazzmaster, there'll be a link up in the cards, in the description, and pinned in the comments. And then, of course, having the 335 to nail Jamie's parts, the Thorpy Dane giving us that little boost / enhancement for most of the clean parts, as well as the drive parts for Jamie's lead lines, and combining the boost and the drive together for Alex's solo. Having the Jam Pedals Delay Llama, which is definitely one of my favourite analog delay pedals to give us that rich slapback tone, as well as the Anasounds element giving us that 100% real analog spring reverb by using a controller pedal with a real spring reverb tank. Really helped us get those faithful tones, and I really thought it got close considering we didn't have an original multi-track. But let me know down in the comments how close you thought it got to the original song, and any future soundlike videos you'd like to see me do. There's going to be affiliate links down in the description to every piece of gear I used in this video and to record my videos. These do help support the channel out further, so I'd really appreciate if you go and check them out. Other than that, go onto my channel, check out some of my playlists. There are plenty more lessons, covers, gear demos, how to sound like videos, and anything guitar related. As always, I've been Harry, and thanks for watching.